My name is Battalion Chief Will McMullen. I'm the Director of Training for Albuquerque Fire Rescue. And on behalf of our department and Fire Chief Emily Jaramillo, I'd like to welcome you all and thank you so much for being here to help us celebrate the graduation of the 100th cadet class from AFR. Ladies and gentlemen, if you'll please stand. I present to you our 100th cadet class. Yeah. I would ask everyone to please remain standing for the presentation of the colors presented by Albuquerque Fire Rescue's Color Guard and for the singing of the national anthem by Lieutenant Bobby Garcia.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much. Please be seated. And now, before we get into introductions, we'll begin with a brief invocation presented by Albuquerque Fire Rescue's lead chaplain, Lieutenant David Myers.
John Godfrey Sachs says, "If Prometheus was worthy of the wrath of heaven for kindling the first fire upon earth, how ought all the gods honor the men and women who make it their professional business to put them out?" Welcome, friends. Welcome, family, distinguished guests. Thank you very much. 100th Cadet Class, you are now transitioning from cadet to firefighter, but you are also acquiring another title. That title is ambassador. You are an ambassador of the fire department now, but you are also an ambassador for the city. However, you are also ambassadors of hope. So be fearless with that hope. And let us continue today to build cathedrals of hope. And as we look across our hopeless cultural landscapes, may we hold fast to hope, white-knuckled, cold-blooded joy, but may we also freely distribute it without consequence. 100th Cadet Class, This is a good feeling. Guard it. Protect it. So may you always come back to this day when the calls and the years have worn you thin and rendered you seemingly ineffective. May you always remember this day when life's relentless ebbs and flows get the better of you. And may you always return to this moment to remind you of what's important and the reason why you started. 100th Cadet Class, welcome to Albuquerque Fire Rescue. Let's go inspire our city. Amen.
Thank you, David. I would now like to welcome and recognize some special guests that are joining us here today. We have with us Mayor Tim Keller. Fire Chief Emily Jaramillo. President of Local 244 of the International Association of Firefighters, Miguel Tipman. Justice Michael Vigil. Counselor Brooke Bazan. Director of ACS, Mariela Ruiz Angel. And from our brothers at APD, we have Deputy Chief of Field Services, Josh Brown. We're also honored to be joined by some of AFR's executive staff, Deputy Chief of Human Resources, Santos Garcia. Deputy Chief of Operations, Jimmy Mellick. And Deputy Chief of Communications and Tech Services, Kevin Ferranda. At the orientation of the 100th Cadet Class in October, 44 individuals prepared to begin the cadet program. The 26 members before you are those that persevered in their determination. They have endured with purpose a very difficult and arduous 18-week academy and will leave here today as sworn members of Albuquerque Fire Rescue, ready and eager to protect and serve the citizens of Albuquerque. In that 18-week process, they were led by a team of highly qualified, dedicated, and extremely hardworking Academy staff. I would like to introduce to you now the training cadre. Cadet Program Coordinator, Captain Matthew Watkins. Lieutenant Ryan Cheshire. Lieutenant Casey DeRee. Lieutenant John Hagan. We have driver Adam Arvizo. Driver Andrew Batres. Driver Joseph Foster. Driver Oren Sears. And driver Joseph Vigil. As well as our two giving firefighters that transferred to us from the field to help us out with this cadet class, firefighter James Copeland and firefighter Joseph Vigil. Thank you all from the depths of my heart. And now to address the cadets and their families, please join me in welcoming Mayor Tim Keller to the podium. Mayor.
Well, good afternoon, families and cadets. This is always a wonderful occasion for our city to congratulate a new batch of cadets to help keep us safe each and every day. And I want to share with you a couple of things. First off, I don't know if you all know, I'm sure the family knows, but they just jogged 7 miles yesterday. So I know you might be a little more sore than normal, or not, because you're in such good shape now. 7 miles just goes by like that. But it was an awesome sight for our city, right? To see our new batch of cadets coming all the way from the academy to downtown, and also joined by even our chief, and the head of our union and many members of the executive team. It's a great thing for our city to welcome new folks into that challenging role of trying to keep us safe each and every day. And I know for the cadets, look, you know this, but this is pound for pound the busiest department in the country. So you have had outstanding training, but we also need you. This is Albuquerque's time of need. And it's been this way for quite some time, but each and every time, it is the fire rescue who has come to our city's aid. No matter what the call is, you run forward when everyone else is running the other way. That is a tremendously powerful thing. And it's a thing that I never forget, and I know I am personally grateful for, as is everyone who lives in Albuquerque each and every day. I also know you've had some incredible training, and so you're ready for this challenge. And today, as you get your badge, as you pin that badge on, I want everyone to know there's a whole lot behind that. First and foremost, of course, cadets, it's your friends and family who have supported you during this period. They gave you to us, and now in some ways we're returning you to them, except for when you're spending the night at the station. But that strength behind that badge is absolutely critical. And so I want to thank all the family members, all the close friends who've been a part of supporting these cadets. There's no way they could have gotten through this process without you. And there's little chance of them succeeding going forward without your continued support. Whether sometimes it's when they come home, it's listening, because sometimes they don't actually want to have a discussion. They just want to vent. That's okay. And sometimes it's the opposite. Sometimes it is that discussion. I know it's hard, but I want to thank you for being there, and I want to thank you for the patience that it's going to take and the understanding that it's going to take going forward to support an everyday hero in our city. I also know behind that badge is a department, a department that is extremely well run. We're very proud of AFR. It is by any measure one of the top departments in the country, whether it's by standard, whether it's by compliance, or whether it's by what it does. You know, we always say in AFR in this town, you know, a lot of departments, like my family is in another fire department that I won't mention. You know, they don't even have a lot of fires. Like, we still have a bunch of fires in Albuquerque. So you're getting the full gamut of what our city needs. And that is a special experience. It does make you an ambassador of the community, as we heard earlier, but also somebody looked to in their time of need for all sorts of different things. So behind that badge is a well-run department, but it's also a department that we continue to invest in at the most senior level, even in the mayor's office at City Hall. You're getting the first new fire station our city has had in, I think, 20 years. We're actually expanding the department because we actually don't want you to be quite that busy. So we're actually investing in more positions, and we're investing in more fire stations, this case out in the Southwest Mesa. We're also investing in a training center, a brand new training center. Excuse me. It's also allergy season, you know, here at Albuquerque. So that old Coronado Park, where I used to sit on that train and play as a little kid, is now going to be a place where you get to play with all the fun toys that extract people out of cars and that do all the other wildfire rescue and things of this nature that we also ask our fire department to do. But we're investing in those locations because we believe in your mission. And also I have to mention, because this is, I think, the first class, we're taking care of our cadets better. So this is the first class that had a major pay adjustment, and it was long overdue. And so I'm glad that we're going to have that going forward as well. So as you put on that badge today, I do want you to know there's a whole lot behind it. There's a whole lot rooting for you. There's a whole lot supporting you. And also, everything behind that badge is grateful for you accepting this challenge each and every day for the city of Albuquerque. So God bless, and thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you for those words, Mary Keller. I would now like to welcome to the podium a leader whom we are very proud of. Please join me in welcoming Fire Chief Emily Jaramillo.
Thank you, Chief McMullen. I would like to start by thanking all of our active members and retirees that are also joining us today. This is a historic occasion where we're celebrating the graduation of our 100th cadet class, And it's giving us the opportunity to reflect on the past, present, and future of our department, which was part of the run that we did yesterday with our cadet class. We really wanted to show them the support of the family that they're joining. So if you're an active or retired member, can you please stand so that we can recognize you? I would also like to thank Mayor Keller and his administration's continued investment in our department that he discussed. Councillor Bassan, here with us today from City Council, is a continued supporter of our department. And then our other distinguished guests here who are joining us today, but also support AFR, and we work closely on efforts to provide public safety to our community. So thank you. And finally, I would like to thank the families and friends of our 100th cadet class for supporting your cadet through a very difficult academy. If you ask any of our firefighters, graduation from the cadet program is one of the most memorable days in your career. You probably saw many of our firefighters joining us on the run yesterday with all of our classmates from our own cadet classes, and you heard various numbers being shouted out probably the entire time. Those are our cadet class numbers, and these are your brothers and sisters that you will remember throughout your career here. All of you have worked very hard to get here today. Your families and loved ones have made sacrifices to support you as you completed 18 weeks of incredibly demanding and challenging training. You yourself have made sacrifices to successfully complete the rigorous training provided by our training cadre. We call our profession the fire service. I want you to think about that for a moment. In the very title of our profession, we have the word service. Looking out across this room, I see many active firefighters as well. I want all of us to reflect on the word service and what that means to you. I always tell people that firefighters have to be a jack of all trades and a master of all. Service to our community as firefighters means that we step up to help in many situations to serve our community that do not directly relate to fire suppression or emergency medical services. The mission of Albuquerque Fire Rescue includes community service and a duty to keep our citizens safe, and that comes in all forms. Whether it's an emergency response to 911 calls, our prevention work in the Fire Marshal's office or HART, community risk reduction efforts, or participating in citywide initiatives that help us partner with our other city departments to provide services to our community. Service is more than just the actions that we take on calls or as we do the work we're trained to do. I would argue that our compassion, empathy, and bedside manner are equally as important. As firefighters, we are with people who might be experiencing the worst day of their life. We must show our patients and the public that we care about them as human beings. As public servants, we are there to provide high levels of care and treat each and every citizen we interact with equally and without judgment, as though they are our own family member. So again, I want everyone to reflect on what service means to you and how you can provide the highest level of service to the public as you embark on your careers as firefighters. When I spoke with you in the beginning of the cadet class, and we discussed time management, study skills, all of those things, I told you that the demands of the academy were in place to prepare you for day one in the field as an Albuquerque firefighter. Very soon, that is going to be a reality for you when you step into a fire station for your first shift. My advice to you is to work hard. Work harder than everyone else around you. If you're not sure about something, ask questions. You are in a fire station full of other firefighters that are there to help you continue your training as a probationary firefighter. And most importantly, provide the highest level of service and care to each and every person that you interact with. To all of our active firefighters, I ask you to help these probationary firefighters when you work with them in the field. The most important learning comes when these firefighters join you on trucks and get to apply what they learned in the academy. The training is not complete once they graduate today, and our officers, drivers, and firefighters continue the training. I would also like to take a moment to thank our training staff. The training division at AFR is responsible for not only our cadet classes, but delivering high-quality fire and EMS continuing education year-round to 764 sworn AFR members. This training not only prepares firefighters to provide high-quality, state-of-the-art services to our community, but also helps AFR maintain our ISO 1 rating, and it aided AFR in achieving our CPSC accreditation this year. Because of the hard work of all of our members, including our training staff, AFR is one of less than 1% of fire departments in the world that hold both an ISO 1 rating and CPSC accreditation. As firefighters, you are joining the ranks of a department with 123 years of service in Albuquerque. Not everyone has the perseverance, dedication, and commitment to be here today. Each and every one of you should be very proud of your accomplishments, making it through the academy and graduating today as an Albuquerque firefighter. Make sure you show appreciation to everybody that helped you get here today. And on behalf of all of Fire Administration, we thank you and are proud to welcome you to our fire family. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief Jaramillo. I got you, Miguel. I will now turn over the podium to President of Local 244 of the International Association of Firefighters, Miguel Tipman. Pres.
Thank you, Chief McMullen. Well, how great it is to be here today and wrap up this celebration that has been, most of you family have been a part of for the past 3 days now. We started this on Wednesday night. We had family night. A lot of you were there. We discussed a lot of the important behavioral health. You got to tour the training facility, and you got to watch your firefighters burn some propane. Yesterday, a lot of you family members were witness to 220-ish firefighters in yellow shirts run from, as the mayor said, from our training academy all the way to Civic Plaza. Each of us did so with a shirt that said Cadet on our back to remind us of where we came from, which is right there. That's where all of us, all those guys standing in the back, all the retirees in the house, started right there. And it was a great event to see. We kind of brainstormed what it would look like, and it exceeded all of our expectations as that mass amount of yellow shirts ran down Central, and a guy on a horse also was included, and some retirees on bicycles, and however you wanted to get down the hill. So it was a good time. We also had our cadet banquet last night, and we had a good time honoring some of these cadets for their achievements in leadership and physical feats and academic feats, and some of the instructors as well. So I'm very, very happy to be here on kind of the culmination of this celebration for this 100th cadet class. This 100th cadet class that is centered around the families. All you mothers, fathers, sisters, brothers, aunts and uncles and cousins, primos and primas, grandparents, children, spouses and friends, and significant others, honorable dignitaries. Everybody in here today is now part of this fire family. Everybody here in attendance. And I say that word fire family not lightly. There are few events in one's life when you're privileged to enter into a family. Very few. Born, wed, or a day just like this where 26 people are going to be born into this fire family. Those three events, and those three events only. Graduation from an AFR cadet class and into the ranks of the fire service is just that, and an introduction into our fire family, a family whose forefathers, many of them here today, laid the foundation for a life rich in service and meaning through sacrifice and hundreds of years of dedication and hard work. A family whom you will fight with, you'll laugh with, you'll love with, you'll cry with, and if you do it right, you're going to enjoy till the day you end your career, until the day you die. And your brothers and sisters, your fire family, will honor you that day that you die with a traditional firefighter funeral if you do it right. Just like what we will do on Tuesday for the recent passing of our AFD brother and forefather or original member of the AFD Retirers Association, Noah Baca. We'll be there to honor him, and hopefully firefighters who maybe don't know me will be there to honor me. That's what it means to be a family. I was going to thank the retirees, but the chief already did that, so I'm not going to have to do that. I also don't have to thank the families, because the chief did that as well. Yeah, you stole it. Remember that we are all family now, and we all share in this mission of longevity, to experience, grow, improve over a career, and then experience, enjoy a well-deserved retirement. Right now, retirement might seem too far off to even consider for you 26, but trust me, and the retirees present will attest that 18 weeks at 18-week academy, blink of an eye, turns into 11-month probation, blink of an eye. Okay, you get certified to drive $1 million apparatus, engines, ladders, squads, drive lights and sirens, code 3, to the city's emergencies, which is the funnest part of our job, by the way. Mitigate them with precision and professionalism, save some lives, lose some, and then what seems like a blink of an eye, a career served. And they can attest to that. And it might sound, you might have heard that before, and it might seem like, yeah, right, just starting day one, why are we talking about retirement? But they will attest, this goes fast, so enjoy it. As the IFF Local 244 president, longevity is my mission for these 26 and all other IFF firefighters we represent. I invite you, family, to share in this mission with us and know that you can lean on us when needed. To the Academy cadre, I applaud the amount of sweat and work that you put into maintaining the standards that is the Albuquerque Fire Academy. I happen to be an instructor in my previous life for about 3 to 4 years of my career. I actually was an instructor for one or two of these instructors themselves. So it's very personal to me to see you here and to see the work that you put out, and I'm very, very proud of the work that you do. It's unknown to most people, the amount of work that gets put into an 8-week academy. And trust me, in the field, these firefighters in the back, they're anticipating the arrival of fresh blood. The fire service is a culture built on mentorship. Mentorship of handing down your knowledge and your understanding and experience of life on the front lines, life in the streets of Albuquerque, the routine of checking and maintaining our equipment and our trucks, the formality of a roll call on every first morning, and sometimes the second morning when you're in trouble. When necessary, the expectations of house duty assignments and the level of cleanliness and neatness we expect in our stations. What and how we react to different tones based on what trucks that you're going to get housed at. You're going to go to different stations that have different apparatus, that have different tones. You have to get used to that. And where you're going to be assigned. How you fit into the team-oriented emergency mitigation system that we have for every known call that we have in this city. But like the chief said, we're kind of the jack of all trades. We're the Swiss Army knife of public safety. And what we respond to is many times the unknown. But what has been overwhelmingly consistent in my career that I've seen over the past 19 years is the confidence that we have that our new firefighters integrating into our ranks are trained to a standard that these instructors take very seriously and work diligently to keep as many instructors before them have established, the foundation that has been laid for them. Everything that goes into this program is carefully thought of and meticulously executed by these instructors. They push the level of physicality needed in this profession. They don their bunker gear and self-contained breathing apparatus when it's time to climb the stairs with you. They do PT with you. They do sandhills with you. They do burpees with you. They do everything that's necessary as a firefighter, and they do it right alongside you. That's why these two firefighters are sitting at bookends of you right now. They demonstrate the skills that are necessary for you to do your job. They lead the runs, towers, PT sessions. They lead by example, which is a cornerstone of the standard and is a cornerstone of the fire service and a cornerstone of this department. And then in a couple months, they're going to do it again for the 101st, and then they're going to do it again for the 102nd, and they're going to do it again, and they're going to do it again. And that over and over and over again is why this instructional staff is the best one in the country, in my opinion. And I've been around, I've networked around the country, and I've seen a lot of different departments, and trust me when I say this instructional staff is second to none. So please give them a round of applause. The standard that has been set comes with expectations, though. Expectations is something you should be familiar with, though, 100th Cadet class. You probably have some expectations of yourself. You probably came in with expectations of your performance, of your discipline, and now you've been laid this 18-week foundation, and you have some new expectations. You have some expectations of these instructors when you go out into the field. You have expectations of the members standing behind you in the field. You have expectations of your family members. Trust me, your mom only wants you to come home. Your parents, that's their expectation. You come home. You come home after a shift. Your wife, your kids, that's their expectation. Just come home safe. My grandma's expectation when I promoted to driver at year 5, she's like, Hito, why aren't you the fire chief yet? So our families have different expectations of us. You have expectations of the community to respond swiftly and with professionalism and a keen sense of purpose to mitigate their emergencies. You have expectations of the administration, of the mayor. Okay? Everybody has expectations of you, but trust me when I say this, there's no bigger than the expectation you have of yourself. There's no bigger fear that I have as a fire officer than it's not me perishing, it's having somebody under my stead perish or get hurt or injured under my command or my direction. That's the self-expectations that you need to hold and that you need to advance throughout your career and exceed your own expectations. And then trust me, your family will be fine, your management will be fine. As long as you exceed your own expectations, you're going to be great. To the 100th Cadet class, I'm very humbled to be able to share this moment with you all. A moment every firefighter here remembers is one they remember very well. I remember vividly, right here in this very same building, in 2004 of July, taking the very same oath with my fellow 67th Cadet class, one on the stage with me over there. Shout out to Jimmy Mellick, 67. That's you, the 100th Cadet class, are about to take. The collective pride that we shared with our closest family members, when they pinned our badge, which you were about to get your badge pinned, the energy, the anticipation in the room right now, palpable. The joy in our families' eyes, the same ugly bald heads. The oath you're about to take, along with the responsibility that comes with it, is awesome. And to be respected without decay, a 25-plus year commitment to excellence and service to the citizens of Albuquerque and each other. You will have opportunities to present themselves that many take each and every one of your careers in different directions. That's the great opportunity of this fire service. You can go any direction you want. You can go to the fire marshal's office. You can go to arson as a law enforcement investigator. You can go to the academy and be like one of your mentors, an instructor. You can work on the trucks your entire career. You can make it to fire chief, probably not by 5 years like my grandma, but maybe like 18 years like Chief Jaramillo. You can do an array of things in your career. With different assignments, battalion shifts, specialized training, ranks, everything you do in the next 25 years will be built on the foundation you have experienced with these other 25 cadets, the hundredthers. Hundredthers, that's a new word. You will always have each other, and you will need each other to lean on as you have for the past 18 weeks. The special bond you have is for the rest of your lives, as you have shared something no one else has and can only be understood by other firefighters who have experienced AFR's training academy. As you assimilate into our fire family, always remember these 26. They are your original fire family. Always remember the standard and expectations of your instructors, the expectations of your family members, and the expectations of the community you serve. Today, your fire family grows. To the other 700 firefighters that share the Albuquerque Fire Rescue Badge, the 1,000 firefighters that make up IFF Local 244, and the over 330,000 firefighters that make up the IFF, International Association of Firefighters, all across the North America. Whenever you go to a new city, you now have special privileges, as we give firefighters traveling through Albuquerque. Most recently, a firefighter got hurt from Salt Lake City. We made sure that he got the care he needed. Another firefighter broke down from Wisconsin on his way to Phoenix. We had one of our, Martin Salazar, he's here today, drove his car to him. That's the brotherhood, the sisterhood, and the bond that you are now taking part of. It's bigger than this. It's bigger than this room. It's bigger than this city. It's the IAFF is 330,000 firefighters across this country in North America. This privilege comes with great responsibility to uphold the mission of Albuquerque Fire Rescue, a mission that you recite in unison every morning and remember like your middle name. A couple of parting requests before I close. Commit to the improvement of your body, as this job is hard on it and you were only given one body. Use fitness, diet, anything in your means and in your power, any kind of non-traditional modality to improve yourself year after year. Continue to learn. Expect to learn. Expect to be a life learner in this job. If a firefighter tells you they know everything, be wary of that firefighter. Learn something new every opportunity, as opportunities are endless in this career and in this job. When your time comes, be a mentor and spend time with your fellow firefighters improving your craft. The fire service is built on these mentorships from those that came before us, like some of these in these seats today. And when you leave this profession and you've earned your retirement, you'll be able to say, I left this fire service, I left this city, I left this local better than I found it. Congratulations, 100th. Thank you, and have a good day. Good day.
Thank you, President Tittman, for your considered words. I was one of those cadets of President Tittman, so appreciate you, sir. We will now begin the presentation of the badges and certificates for our new firefighters. Now, families, I'm going to call the firefighters up to the stage individually to receive their badges and certificates from our honored guests, and then they will line up in the front here, along the front of the stage. At that time, we invite you down for a wonderful tradition we have in the fire service of pinning our firefighters. We invite the families down to pin their firefighters, and then I'll ask you to be seated, and we'll move on to the next group. Okay. Honored guests, if Academy staff, if you'd join us, thank you. Group 1, please stand. I present to you Antonio Alcantara. Santino Arancon. Ebi Cano. Zachary Chacon. And Raymond Cole. Families, please come on forward to pin your firefighters. Thank you, families. If you please be seated. Group 2. I present Zachary Doherty. Frederick Duarte Blanco. Taylor DeRee. And Connor Fox. Families, if you want to come forward to pin your firefighters. Group 3. I present to you Jacob Gamino. William Geck. Alejandro Gonzalez. And Alexander Hauk. Families, please come forward to pin your firefighters. 4. I present to you David Lingnow. Aiden Lopez. Jonathan Martinez. And Matthew Martinez. Families, please come forward to pin your firefighters. Group 5. I present Colin McQuethy. Gilbert Otero. Dakota Pena. And Dante Rizzo. Families, please come forward to pin your firefighters. Group 6. I present Anna Sandoval. Joseph Schaefer. Jacob Shoemaker. Nathan Trujillo. And Bryce Walker. Families, please come forward to pin your firefighters. We will now administer the oath of office to the new firefighters. This oath forms the basic foundation of service on which the firefighters will grow in their strength, their intelligence, and their skill to remain convicted in helping others. We welcome Justice Michael Vigil to the podium, who will administer the oath of office.
Thank you, Chief. You know, today, cadets, you become members of the infrastructure that provides for the health, safety, and welfare of the citizens of Albuquerque. And I'm the Chief Justice of the New Mexico Supreme Court, and on behalf of the New Mexico Supreme Court, thank you and congratulations to the 100th cadet class of the Albuquerque Fire Rescue. Thank you. And I also want you to know that I didn't realize the program has the oath of office, so that whenever you want to remind yourself of the oath, you can just pull out your program and it'll be there for you. So would you please stand, raise your right hand, and repeat after me. I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
I do solemnly swear that I will support the Constitution of the United States.
And that of the State of New Mexico.
And that of the State of New Mexico.
And that I will obey the laws and ordinances of the City of Albuquerque.
And that I will obey the laws and ordinances of the City of Albuquerque.
Familiarize myself with and be obedient to the rules, regulations, and orders of Albuquerque Fire Rescue.
The rules, regulations, and orders of Albuquerque Fire Rescue.
In the discharge of my duties as a firefighter.
In the discharge of my duties as a firefighter.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
To the best of my knowledge and ability.
So help me God.
So help me God.
Congratulations, cadets.
Ladies and gentlemen, I now present you with the sworn firefighters of the 100th cadet class. Cadets, please be seated. I would now like to welcome to the stage one of my closest collaborators within this department, the Cadet Program Coordinator, Captain Watkins, to announce the Top Cadet Award.
Thank you, Chief McMullen. Congratulations, firefighters. It's been a long road. I'm proud of you guys. Today, I'm honored to present this award of Top Cadet. This is not an easy award to pick for the Academy staff. All of the individuals of the 100th Cadet class possess attributes that we look for when choosing this award. Some of these attributes include leadership, integrity, consistency, and resilience. Albuquerque Fire Rescue's Academy consists of an 18-week arduous process where we put them through stress inoculation drills so that the cadets can learn to control their minds in extremely stressful situations so that they learn how to perform at high levels in times of chaos. During this learning process, it is very easy to become focused on oneself to ensure success through these evolutions. What sets a top cadet out from others is the ability to not only learn and teach him or herself during this process, but also they have the ability to bring others along with them. During this academy, that's exactly what this cadet did. Not only did other cadets come to rely on this particular individual, but we as a staff also rely on them. As the cadets and throughout the entire academy, we as instructors ask a lot of them. There's a lot that needs to be done every single day. The moment they come on to the grounds of the academy, they have to start checking their CBAs, they have to start doing house duties, they have to get their vitals checked and monitored, they have to make sure we have enough coffee to wake up, which is very difficult. They have to wash dishes and whatever other demands that the academy needs that day. Controlling 26 other individuals is very difficult, and they have to learn to function as a unit, and this is where the leadership of the top cadet really comes in. This particular individual has to be able to speak a clear message to the team, be direct in their voice, and make sure that the task gets done, because if the task doesn't get done, we will fire that person immediately. So with that being said, today's Top Cadet Award goes to Firefighter Zachary Doherty. Perfection, it's about leadership. Good job.
Buckets. Now I'm going to drag someone up on stage that may not have expected to come up on stage. So, Captain Epley, are you in the house? There he is. Captain Watkins and I would like to ask Captain Epley to come up to stage to help us present the next award, which is our Special Recognition Award. Firefighters are ordinary men and women. They're ordinary people, but when they're needed to rise to circumstances and do extraordinary things, sometimes heroic things, they do so. The ability that allows them to do that is their particular skill in and deep familiarity with sacrifice. That is at the core of the firefighter's ability to elevate to the needs of the situation. Their skill in sacrifice, their ability to give meaningfully and sustainably, that is what makes them exceptional. This individual has taught 6 cadet classes at various iterations of the academy. I remember distinctly where I was when I called him to ask him to come back for the second time. And after the 99th cadet class, when he knew it was time to recover and to move on to his next adventure, we asked him again to come back to the training cadre for one more cadet class. And other than making sure that it was good with his wife, she's in here, he immediately said he would come and help. Driver Batres, you were a mentor for the 90th, the 96th, the 97th, the 98th, the 99th, and now the 100th cadet class. So Driver Batres, we gave him a recognition from the union yesterday, but we don't care. We're going to do it again. Myself, Captain Watkins, and Captain Epley, the previous cadet program coordinator, we'd have to recognize you 100 times, Batres, to measure to what you've given. That's why we've gathered all of us up here, the people that have asked so much of you and you've met that measure in every instance. To your wife, Cecilia, thank you so much. Is she here? Would you stand, please? Ms. Batres, every ounce he gave, we knew you gave it as well. Myself and my wife Donna, Chris and Emily, and Matt and Kelly, we see you. Absolutely, we do. Driver Batres wouldn't be able to give on the level he does and for this long without a strong family, and that's you. There's a saying from an 8th century Buddhist scholar, Shantideva. He said, "Whenever I encounter others, may it never be meaningless for them." Whenever I encounter others, may it never be meaningless for them. Batres, because of the way you carry yourself, the love and consideration that you give, the positivity and energy that you exude, and your absolute accountability to your students, this statement is so true for you. There's not a single instructor that was mentioned more in the cadet exit interviews than you. And when I was talking to the cadets last night at the banquet, they were telling me how much they wanted to succeed for you. They wanted to make you proud. That's a sign of a true leader. You helped people elevate. Now you're going to the field somewhere. And although we will always miss you, some engine somewhere in the city is about to get our MVP, and they are immediately going to be that much better. We love you, Bats. One final recognition. With the historical nature of this class, we would like to take the opportunity of this graduation to return to an old tradition of honoring one of our retired members who has continued to serve our department and its members. And for that, I now welcome to the podium my close friend and mentor, Deputy Chief of Human Resources and Training, Santos Garcia.
Thank you, Chief McMullen. Hey there, everyone. For all that don't know me, my name is Deputy Chief Santos Garcia, Deputy Chief of Human Resources and Training. Today, I have the honor of awarding the Retiree Recognition Award to a firefighter whose commitment after retiring from the fire service denotes outstanding and recognizable service throughout the fire service community. The recipient of this year's award has achieved not only the respect of Albuquerque Fire Department Retiree Association, Albuquerque Fire Rescue, and its administrative staff, the city of Albuquerque, but truthfully from various municipalities throughout the state of New Mexico. He started his fire service career on September 22nd, 1997, sorry about that, as a member of what was named back then Albuquerque Fire Department 58 Cadet Class. He was subsequently elected to Local 244 as Using President in December 2007. Where he was able to improve labor relations during his tenure. He was instrumental in many of the benefits that Albuquerque Fire Rescue members currently enjoy today. He also served as president of the New Mexico Professional Firefighters Association. He eventually retired from Albuquerque Fire Department in December 2018. Shortly after, he was appointed to New Mexico's Deputy Chief of Staff by Governor Michelle Lujan Grisham in January of 2019, where he currently still serves. As New Mexico's Deputy Chief of Staff, he's lobbied for firefighters throughout the state of New Mexico and improved labor relations throughout the state's municipalities. He's championed vital para reform for all New Mexico state and municipal retirees. He's helped increase the state's firefighter line of duty death benefits substantially. Secured funding to refurbish AFR's last alarm truck. As a whole, He's advocated, defended, and upheld the rights, interests, and welfare of both retired and active duty firefighters throughout the state. He is the blend of many leadership qualities. He's an innovator, he's inspirational, a problem solver, decisive, and more importantly, he's the epitome of what a firefighter embodies: service above self. Therefore, this year's Retired Recognition Award goes to the State of New Mexico's Deputy Chief of Staff and our fellow brother and firefighter, Diego Aracon.
Thank you, bro. You guys can,
That was beautiful. Yeah, Lupe. Yes. Come on. Yeah. No. Thank you, bro. This is amazing. This is pretty cool. Congratulations. All right, there you go. Interesting. Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Okay, I'd now like to invite two of our cadets up to the stage for the presentation of the class gift. Cadets. I think it'll be all right. Actually, honored guests, maybe we'll move you to the, I'm worried it's going to shine in your face. Once you get down, you can.
On behalf of the 100th Cadet class, we would like to thank the fire chief, our families, the instructional staff. Unfortunately, we weren't able to bring the table here. It weighs about half a ton. It's at the academy. Hopefully this picture can show how good it actually came out. It's a 12-foot granite table. It's currently sitting in the instructional staff break room. We hope this makes a good addition to the academy grounds. Thank you.
So one of the reasons we asked Cadet Shoemaker to come up here to present that gift was his father was instrumental in his artistry and his craftsmanship in putting that together. It's an absolutely beautiful table. It weighs a half ton. We were thinking about making him bring it down here, but we thought that might be not so considerate. So, we'd now like to present the slideshow for the 100th Cadet class. I hope you enjoy, and then afterwards we'll conclude the ceremony. Thank you.